As a continuation of our look into happiness and subjective well being, I'm going to lead you through a process today that will allow us to gather some measurements, some baseline data, if you will, on our happiness. Before we do that, what I would like you to do is on the second slide here is just to get an idea if you can differentiate between hedonia or eudaimonia, hedonic or eudaimonic experiences. And you can see that there is a list of bullet points. And I'm just going to ask you to create a chart in your notes, one column that's headed hedonia and the other one is eudaimonia. And then as you look through these statements, will you just write these statements under the heading that you think it best fits? For example, is buying for something for myself? Do you believe that is best described as a hedonia or hedonic experience? Or do you believe that that would be best placed under the eudaimonia or eudaimonic experience? And I would like you to do that for these bullet points, and we'll revisit them on Monday. Once you've done that, there are three measuring tools I'm going to ask you to complete today. And the first of them is the Oxford Happiness Survey. And what this does is just, this is a general happiness set point, if you will. And I'm going to ask you to take the survey. The link is here. And when you take the survey, it's going to ask you for your name, your email, postal code. And it's an online survey that you complete with Likert scales here. And again, I just ask you to take your time, and then when you hit submit down here, the score, your score will actually just be then sent to your email. And so you'll receive an email indication of what your current happiness score is according to the Oxford Happiness Survey. Like I say here, write the date, the test name, and the score in your journal for this evaluation and the next two also. Once you're done with the Oxford Happiness Survey, I'm going to ask you to go to the Authentic Happiness site. And this is a site run by the University of Pennsylvania, which Dr. Segelman is a professor and the department head of the positive psychology. And what they do under the questionnaires is give us an opportunity to use a lot of their data and a lot of their information, and so we can access two different things. We're going to take a questionnaire on approaches to happiness, and then we're going to also take a PERMA questionnaire that will allow us to get a score for each of those 5 elements of authentic happiness. You can see here that says measuring and tracking PERMA. I'm going to ask you from the questionnaires tab, choose PERMA and then complete the survey. When you're done, you're going to get a numbered score for each of the 5 elements. So you're going to get a positive emotion score, you're going to get an engagement, a positive relationship score, a meaning score, and an accomplishment score. And I'm going to ask you to record each of those 5 with the date and name of them in your journal. And then again, we'll share a little bit more about what that means when we get back, but there's some explanations that go along with that you can certainly read and get an idea of what's being shared with you. Then the last one's called the Approaches to Happiness. And this questionnaire will give you a score for each of your pleasant life, good life, and meaningful life, the authentic happiness model that we have been talking about in class. I'm just going to ask you again just to record them in your journal and your date and the name of the questionnaire, and we can revisit these as we work through. Please be respectful of your time in class. I don't expect that you'll be pushed right up to the end of the block to get the stuff done today, but please have this completed and journal entries completed so that on Monday we were able to use them and review them with you.